I've never ever seen this little creek flow ever in all the years that I've been coming here, this little tributary, never. We've had so much rain. What's up guys, Chris here from Vo-Gus Prospecting. If you're new to the channel, a big warm welcome. If you're an old moldy beanie like this one, welcome back. Today we're doing some test pans to try and find another spot that I can set the sluice up and collect some of that delicious northeast gold. The weather is atrocious today. It's hailing, it's raining, it's been doing this for days too. Well, there was absolutely nothing in that pan, and it's starting to rain again. It's going to be poncho on, poncho off, poncho on, poncho off. If we look upstream here, we can see a very wide, flat area. So there's no drop, and it's so wide that the second that the fast water comes into it, everything slows down and drops and disperses over a large surface area. But when we get to this point, it constricts. The gully then constricts again. So as we go further downstream, it gets really, really narrow, and it's hemmed in by a rock wall on this side and a large bank on that side. And this means it is a concentrator. The gold has to go through this section in minor flood, and that means that somewhere in this area there will be a pay streak, and that's what we're trying to find. I've taken a few more test pans that have only found extremely fine flood gold, and not what we're really after today. We're chasing a deposit. That's what we're looking for. We're going to look for some exposed bedrock and gravels close to it. Downstream just a little bit, and we've come to a spot where a very large gum tree has been uprooted by the recent flooding and weather events. And I spotted something that gets me excited every time: gravel on bedrock. You can see right here we've got a nice shard of bedrock sticking out, which means that the bedrock is closed probably all under this. We'll take some test pans in and around this area and see what comes out of the ground. Hopefully the GoPro will pick some of this up, but there is easily 100 bits of gold in there. A lot of it is very fine, which is what we find in this creek more often than not, but some of them have some size and shape about them. So we'll do a couple more test pans just to confirm the result, but that was straight off bedrock, which means that in this area I do believe we'll find some decent gold. And then I think we're going to set the crock up, because you haven't seen that in a while. If you're new to this channel, fluid bed sluices are about to blow your mind hole. The very next test pan came out right from where Grizzly's showing you. Yeah, right there, mate. And we got exactly the same result. I wish I had the DSLR to show you how much fine gold is in there. Easy another 100 specks. And so that means that we are definitely going to set the river sluice up. That's a crock on dry land, and that is a crock in the water. The nuts and bolts of a fluid bed are very simple. We've got a sluice bed, so this is where the dirt gets dumped on. It will travel down the sluice run, and any rocks larger than this will go over the grizzly bars and off the front of the sluice, so it automatically classifies, and you don't have to classify your dirt to run your river sluice, which saves a bucket load of time and increases efficiency. However, if you do screen down the dirt, it does run a hell of a lot quicker. There's a second chamber underneath this one. So there's a secondary sluice run underneath this where high pressure water gets injected into a couple of boiler tubes in here that keeps all the material agitated. Agitating that material, what happens is the light things in the boil box come to the top and get ripped off by this fast water. The heavy things sink to the bottom, just like you're panning. It will catch gold up to about 200 mesh, no worries at all. So we're going to dig like hell, fill this crock full of gold. We're going to do a quick clean out. It takes seconds to clean these things out and move the sluice just a touch closer so we can get more volume through without me having to walk shovels back and forth. For next to no shovels, that is a pretty damn good result. So we're going to keep going. We've just got to set this sluice up closer. There you go. We got probably double what we got in the test pans from that little saute of yabby pumping, which is pretty damn good. I like this spot. I really should bring a dream mat out here because I'm seeing gold that I know that this sluice is not quite going to catch. So I'm probably losing a fair amount of that ultra fine mustard gold. Today it's all right. Today I'm willing to accept the loss. Grizzly, as my boss, how do you think we're going today? I've got a beautiful ribbon of gold going back. There's no way you're going to be able to see it with the glare, and the particle sizes are just too small, but there'd be easily 300 or 400 bits of gold running along that mat right now. I've run about 50 shovels total today, and we're going to call it quits. Not because we're tired or the deposit's finished, but I want to actually bring the gold rat high banker back here. Now, about quarter of the gold that's going through this sluice, I know this sluice is not going to be able to catch because it's that 400-500 mesh super fine mustard gold. So without further ado, let's pull it out. We'll see how much gold we got, and then in the future, we'll come back with the Gold Rat Mini 6 and we'll see how much gold we can get for this entire deposit. That's what we got for our second run. A little bit more than the first one. There's a nicer flake down here and a couple of other micros as well. But ultimately, I know that we were losing that super fine gold because I could see it in my test pans and I can't see it in the pan now. This unit, this sluice unit, is really, really good for places that have coarser gold. Now, when I say coarser gold, I'm talking 200 mesh up. And it seems to catch that stuff absolutely fine. But once you get down into that really small stuff, whew, it just floats away. So from me and Grizzly, thank you so much for watching. Remember to hit that like, share and subscribe button and smash that little bell down the bottom so you don't miss out on any of my future adventures. We're going to keep test panning down the creek and see if we can't find a few more spots so we can come back with Dream Mat and collect all that beautiful fine gold. From me and Grizzly, peace, and we're out.